Welcome back, everyone. This is Akanar, back with some more Baba Is You. And why don't we just go ahead and pick up right where we left off last time? Let's take another look here at Pillarwork. And I'll need to refresh myself exactly what was going on with this puzzle. But I seem to remember we were going to have to do something here with Baba Is Fall. Because it does seem like one of the things that needs to happen here is we need, in order to get a win condition, we need the skulls that are here in the middle of our flag and win. We need these skulls to become grass. So the only way that it seems to do that is we have to be fall in order to get past these two marching bits of fire that are in our way. Fire is move and open. I don't remember if I had... Okay, I guess that's how Baba... It's not like fire is hot and Baba is melt. But it is a very similar sort of scenario. One way or another, the fire is blocking us. So, Baba needs to be fall eventually. Now, or something needs to be fall. But it has to be Baba, right? Because Baba is you. And I don't see any way to make anything else you. We also can't transform Baba anyways. I was thinking for a second maybe we could turn Baba into the flag. So what are we doing here? We can make flag as push or pull. They are giving us access to pull, which is the first that we've seen that phrase in a while. And there is access to another is out here. So skull is stop. So there's no getting through, there's no pushing or pulling through the skull. So one way or another, the skulls have to become grass, right? And that will allow us somehow to complete the phrase flag is win. They're also giving us 3 flags. Something I was thinking about last time was maybe building some sort of a bridge here. Some sort of a bridge that would allow... Because once Baba is fall, we're kind of restricted. We're kind of restricted in what we're able to do. There's no... We have to be able, from somewhere down here, be able to complete flag is win. So how do we go about doing that? We sort of need Baba is to be over here. And that's something we're going to activate down the road. But what needs to happen first? What do we want to be doing? Are we pulling text into place? Are we pulling an is into place? We can't really do that, can we? How does it work when something is pull? If we put words in between objects that are pull, even if those objects aren't pull themselves, do they get pulled along with the train? I didn't mean to do that. What I wanted to do was do this. They don't. You need several things to be pull in a row. Have we had a scenario before where we've made something both push and pull? Okay, you can make flag both push and pull. I don't know if that's helpful to us. Because once we've made Baba fall, how are we getting an is into place where flag is win? How are we going about doing that? Skulls are going to become grass. Grass doesn't do anything, or it has no properties. And this space here is not going to allow us to do anything turn anything else into grass. Not that we would want to do that. So we really, I think, our only tools are these 5 pieces of text and the 3 flags. That seems to be what we have to work with here. So, with that being said, how many spaces do we have in order to get underneath the column here that is the skulls? If we're thinking about Baba being fall and completing skull is grass, then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 spaces to cover. And then we could go 1, 2, 3. It's 4 spaces to get up there to where flag is win. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It feels like we have 9 grid spaces to cover. But maybe not. Maybe we don't need to cover 9 grid spaces. Maybe we only need... Okay, we need to experiment around with how some things are going to work. So let's make flag is push. And let's put... Let's go ahead and line up our 3 flags down here. And how are we getting text into here? Let's not worry about that just yet. Let's just use the other pieces of text here. And I want to see what happens. What happens if we actually make Baba is fall. We have to fall at the right time. And now we push this into place. Now we go out here. Now if I try to push this up, do I actually... I can push 1 square. I can push 1 square. Now, the problem is I need to push 2 squares. I need to push 2 squares. Is there a way... We don't have any way to give these pillars any properties. So the pillars are just background. What is the scenario we want to create here? They're giving us access to pull. Why are they giving us access to pull? Are they trying to say that... I wonder if they're trying to teach us a new mechanic here. I wonder if they're trying to say that if something is pull, that we can actually use that for it to be an elevator. I wonder if things can work like that. Let's try. Let's see what happens just if flag is pull. It feels like this volcanic cavern world is about sort of either reinforcing mechanics that you might already have picked up or really broadening the reach of mechanics that you've already known. And that is how that works. So when you pull kind of takes precedence, it seems. The motion involved with pulling happens first, and then the presence of fall is evaluated. So realistically, we don't need for, like, we can get all the way back up here, and we just need to arrange some text that will, or flags that will allow us to get over. So we have an elevator. What a cool discovery. It sort of occurred to me that, you know, why else would they be giving us pull? So let's see if we can arrange that. I think I will restart We're gonna need our Baba is. That's gonna need to be over here for sure. But then we really only need... Down here, we only need the one flag. And then, what do we want lined up in this spot? Do we want... I think we want some... So, one thing I had not tested was... If flags are both push and pull, maybe they can be used to elevator text. If I say that flag is also pull... The thing is, I'm not sure if I would be able to actually do this, but if I... No, it doesn't, because text is still not pull. Okay, so how exactly am I getting an is into place in this column here? Am I just... I'm just pushing it down. No, I can't quite just push it down. I need it to be something that I'm on top of. So I just need a line to go across here, don't I? Well, even that's not... Because here's the deal. Actually, I think I can do this fine. Let's see if my idea plays out here. If I can get the word, I'm gonna need an is, and I'm going to need a flag. I think those are the two items here. That are going to need to be in place. And we're gonna need them to be directly over the skulls. Because what I'm gonna need is I'm going to need... Actually... Can I actually do this with all the text that I have? I need one flag to get me up. I need one pullable flag that gets me up here. And then... How am I getting the word is? I can't pull the word is into place. I need to be able to push it into place. And then I also need to be able to be on a flag. And I can't currently, this row here where flag and win are, I want to get is on that row, but that means that Baba is gonna be where the skull that's on top is, but I can't put a flag where that is. I can't put a flag there, so how do I get a flag? How do I get out of that little cubby hole? Unless I am simply pushing text down instead? Is that the only... Maybe I'm making this too complicated. So I don't need necessarily... I do want flag to be pull, but I just have the push. I think I was just overcomplicating. We get push. Going a little bit of roundabout way here, but that allows me to land on top here. Right? I pull up from the bottom. I walk across here. And then the only thing that I need... Actually, I want a slightly different arrangement here, I think. I think we want to go with a flag here. And we go here. Because what I want to do is I actually want to break... the flag is pull rule. I want a flag there so that I can actually reach it. And then I want a... No. I want it here. This is where I want it. Now I can ride my elevator up to here. I walk across. I deactivate flag as pull. This should work. This should work. I think we have it. Let's see if this will work out. So we go here. And we wait a step. And then we go here. Now we turn everything to grass. Now flag is pull. I get my elevator ride. I walk across. I want to make flag not pull so I can actually touch the flag. And now I push these text into place. And we have our win. Great. Great. So they're not... I really like the theme of this world so far. It's very interesting. They're not giving us any new keywords. Almost every single new world that we've dealt with so far has been new keyword, and that's so much fun. But this one is a twist, or it's not following that trend. It says, I'm not giving you any new keywords, but I am going to give you completely different applications. And so far, that has been a lot of fun to delve into. All right, let's keep it moving. Let's take a look here at Mouse Hole. Level Cavern 4. We have a bat. Holy lava, Batman. Actually, there's no lava here. We have cliffs. We have a rock. Rock is push. We have cliff is stop. We have a bat. Okay. Bat is bat. Rock on key is flag. And flag is win. Baba is you. And key is swap. Oh boy, swap. Swap is one of our favorites here. Favorites. So flag is win. In order to get a flag, we have to get the rock to the key, or the key to the rock. The rock is going to become the flag when it is on key. We have access to a bat. And that's pretty much it. We can push the rock around, and we can push the bat around. And key is swap. That's where the fun comes in, right? The fun is all about how we deal with swap. Now, at the outset here, we have, probably don't want to put, actually that's okay if it's up against, we can still get it off the wall. So key is kind of stuck in this cubby hole. So how do we actually get access to the key? Like that. Okay, so we now can get, but now the bat is stuck in here. Is that okay? Is that all we needed? Is it sufficient to say that the, I am not experienced enough with swap to know whether this is going to be enough. There's going to be something probably at this point here. This looks like this is the key turning, the key turning point. Yuck, 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 yuck. Because how do we now get on the other side of this little impasse when it comes to swap? Are we supposed to use one of the pieces of text? Yes? Is it just an iteration of that each time? Problem eventually here. Well, maybe not. Well, it's gonna take some work. Are we gonna be able to do that work? Or are we eventually gonna get to a spot here where we might be stuck now? We get to this point here, and now how do we keep moving? How do we keep actually moving the key? That is the thing with swap. We need to get the key to the rock. We can't... What actually can we do? We probably have gotten to a point here that is unwinnable. I've also pushed this text in here, even if we didn't have the whole swap thing going on. So I've probably pushed the text in to a point where it needs to be brought back out. So we could turn the rock into a bat, but then we're kind of screwed because the bat cannot be transformed. So we can't lose the rock. But how do we get the rock? How do we get the rock to the key? The rock We can make the rock not push. But how do I don't think there's a way for me to enable. They're giving me this other object. They're giving me another object here. So there must be, as we've seen so far, well, I would imagine there's going to be some twist on, or some key wrinkle to the swap mechanic that we're meant to understand here. If I am... I don't think we can't start like this, right? You can't start with Baba doing the swapping. There has to be something else that's swapping with the key. Otherwise, you're back to square one, no matter what. So something has to be put in the corner here. Is that thing maybe the push piece of text? Does that make sense? Because that could be something that we utilize. I pushed the bat into the corner before. Was that... Why are they giving us another object here? Are we supposed to swap two things? What happens if you have two things? Let's make bat push. And just put it there? And now we'll say bat is not push. And now we'll say bat is push. What happens? It does swap with both of them. So that doesn't really help us, I don't think. Maybe there is something there, but I'm not seeing how that would be helpful. So the presence of the bat could be maybe something we're supposed to utilize as an object that we can make push and not push. Other than the bat, we only have these 4 pieces of text to work with. So if we used one of them to do the initial swap, then bat how would that help us? If we could turn bat, the ability for bat to be push, that can be on and off. How does that help us? If we're just naively doing this, do we need to have some... We can't make anything but Baba is you. And if, what happens if we swap the key onto where the bat is? Nothing. Because the bat was not moving, right? So, a stationary object, yeah, that's what I remember about swap. Swap definitely makes for some funky scenarios. Now, could we have made our lives easier by using something else before this? Or maybe on the next maybe on this one here. Is this where we need the bat to be? Is this where we're doing something with bat is push? It feels like we got to this spot before, and once you get to this spot, you're kind of stuck. Do I need bat is push to come into play later? Like, if I could, can I get the key to where Baba is? If I could get the key to where Baba is, then I take a step up here. Well, I'm doing that if I have the bat here and I push the bat down, right? And I push the bat here while the key is here. And then the key comes here while Baba is also here. I take a step up and get up here. How do we enable... How do we get a configuration where that works? I would need the bat to be here. And then I bring the bat is push text into play somehow. Actually, I don't think I can bring it down here, can I? Unless it is... Unless it's done... It would have to be something like this. I don't know if this is... Huh. I might be getting a little lost on the ability to enable and disable bat being push. Because the 3 pieces of text... I mean, I have the rock up there as well. I don't know if that's supposed to be in play, but it feels like making rock is push doesn't help. Like, we need a world where Baba is here and the bat is here and the key is here. That feels like the win con, but how do we set that up? I don't think that helps me. But that is interesting that the pieces of text do work like that. You're essentially moving the key in reverse. Is that helpful? Is that text moving like that with the key? Is that helpful somehow? I think I'm gonna do a reset. Okay, maybe I've been going about this all wrong. Maybe I can actually get the rock out. Now, this might still not be enough, but I had really overlooked even the possibility that I could just make rock push when I was on the other side. They have, in fact, given us exactly the space we need to be able to make that happen. So we can get the rock out. That's not actually the difficulty. At the same time, the rock is on the wall now. So... is that still okay? Can I... The problem is that rock is push? Is that a problem? Probably still overlooking something here. Because rock needs to not be push anymore, right? That's the issue. I need... It's not sufficient to just have rock be push. Because now I can't actually... No, wait. But I'm gonna push this, and it's gonna swap places. Okay, so that solution is not really a solution. What is a solution? Why is there a bat here? What does the bat enable us to do? Should I have put the bat... The key has to be on the same square as the rock. Is that literally impossible if the rock is push? I think so. So... where does this bat factor into everything? We can say rock is push. But why is this bat here? We can't turn the bat into a rock. The only thing we can do, really, is say bat is push, right? There's no other funky things like word. Or move. Can't make the bat move. So how does this factor in? There must be... I keep coming back to thinking there's got to be something to do with swap that I have not realized yet. If I do what I did before, where I enable rock as push up here, there's no way to turn that off. There's no way to deactivate it. So is that not involved at all? Is there some sort of strange... One of the things we had seen... Oh, I think maybe I understand. We can use the rock to push the piece of text, can't we? Is that the key? Maybe this still doesn't quite work the way I think it is, but we should try. Because the text should swap with the key, but not with the rock pushing behind it. And that's why, okay, because the only way to get the key out is you have to have something else bring it out first, but that's where the bat comes in, right? The bat is pushed from the start. That's why they give this to us. So we had the right, I don't know if we want to push that there. We had, I think, inadvertently, the right beginning when we pushed the bat to bring the key out. So now that the key is out, now we do what we did. Keep overshooting here. Overshooting. So now, is it as simple as this? That's what we needed. That's what we needed. Okay. I don't know. It's been a long time since we've done the majority of the swap puzzles. We did have maybe one or two that were recent, but swap is still a mechanic that is not super intuitive. And there are still some lessons, I think, that need to be fully internalized. All right, well, either way, we have escaped with the help of our friendly bat. We've escaped the mouse hole. Let's move on. We'll keep going in in linear order here. Let's go to Torn Apart. Uh-oh. We have different colored cliffs. I like the art style on this level, on this world so far is very nice. We do finally have our first new keyword of the volcanic cavern. We have group. Okay. Group. Not Groupon, just group. Baba is group. Baba is group. And group is you. Baba is group. Does that mean if Baba is no longer group, that we're no longer you? That does appear to be the case. What exactly is group? My initial instinct is that group is perhaps a way... My initial guess is that we can maybe add things to our group. So similar to how we have an all keyword, group might be sort of a set of objects that you can add things to or subtract based on what is group. Maybe. Now, does this level let us do that? What is the level trying to get us to do? Flag is win. Lava is sink. Text is float. Cliff is stop. So we need to be able to activate our boulders. I always call them boulders. Why do I do that? They're rocks. The rock. We're dealing with the rock. I'm not sure what the rock is cooking, but we need to figure out maybe how to get the rock in our group. There's all sorts of tangents, humor-wise, that I'm starting to get sucked into here, but we're gonna try to stay focused on the puzzle. We need to make rock as push. So maybe group is not what I thought it was. The puzzle is laid out in a specific way here. The puzzle is going to allow us, I think, to change to Baba is you, which is maybe the first required step. Now we have the ability. Aha! Now we have the ability to do what I thought maybe, and that is to put rock into group. Right now, I forgot to check the rules. What did it say? Did the rules say something different when we have... Baba is group. It doesn't really list what is in the group, but I guess it's maybe sufficient to say Baba is group. What I would love to do is be able to test out a rule. Be able to test out having two things as group. Baba is group and Rock is group, but I don't know that the puzzle is going to let us do that. But for now, we probably don't have to do that. What we probably are required to do here is say Rock is group. And then we say group is push. So this is a sort of a way, and I do like the way that the style of the puzzle is laid out here to sort of visually reflect the conceptual connection that is being made with group, right? You're sort of like connecting these two, the rock connectors to our puzzle circuit, and now we should have, there it is. So yeah, so I think group is some sort of a, I mean, it's acting like a group. It allows you to group together various object text or various objects. You can apply, it can act as both a property and an object. And in this case, the property is it's not really a property so much as it is you're adding it to a set. You're adding it to a set of objects. So it can act as both the beginning and the end of the rule, because in one case you're applying, you're not transforming, right? It's unlike other objects, singular objects, where you would transform a rock into Baba, for example, if you said rock is Baba. But in this case, there's no like group object, it's a set. Anyway, I'm talking a little bit maybe too much about this, but I think this is fascinating. And I love how they unveil and roll out the new concepts in this game. It is so fun. And I should have maybe suspected there might be, given the way that the puzzles are grouped here, I forgot momentarily, as you move from different colored sections, that often means you are getting a different keyword. We hadn't had a new keyword in this section up here, so it had sort of, they lulled me into a false sense of security, thinking, no, don't worry, no new keywords in the cavern. Yeah, never mind. Fortunately, that one was pretty tame. Now, vital ingredients. How far are we going to continue our new group keyword? Because now we have the ability to do what I was hoping we would do in the previous puzzle, and that is add multiple things to group at the same time. So how is that going to play out? We need to get to the flag. Flag is win. Door is shut. We have access to open. So we can make... Oh, another thing we haven't... one thing we haven't gotten to try yet is, can we use the same group text, a singular group text object, to say something like skull is group, and then on the other side, group is open? Let's test that out. Let's test that out. My mind starts getting a little, I can be a little ADD sometimes, and so I'll say I'm going to test that out, and then my mind starts thinking about all the other possibilities that I potentially want to test with a new keyword. That's the way, that's the way my brain likes to approach these sorts of new scenarios. That looks legal. We have group is push, and we have skull is group. That works exactly how I thought it would. So now we would also want to apply group is open, but we don't need to test that, right? We've done the testing that I wanted to do. So we have two doors. Door is shut. So we need two things to be open. We have a skull and we have a bat. So given the text that is available to us, we need to be able to group the skull and the bat. Interestingly, we could probably say something like group is bat. That did not do what I thought it did, or was going to do. That did not transform the skull into the bat. So group does allow you to transmit properties. You can transmit a property to the entire group, but you are not applying a transformation to the entire group. Unless, no, I'm wrong. I didn't look at all the rules. Skull is skull and bat is bat. As soon as I had said that, I thought, well, what happens if I do skull is bat? The level is specifically preventing us from doing transformations. Because it would probably be a trivial puzzle, we wouldn't have the need for group if you could just transform one thing into another, and then you would just make one thing both open and push. So, we need to be... I'm sitting here talking a lot about the... I go into test mode, you know? I think I'm not necessarily laser focused on what is the solution to the puzzle. I want to see how the mechanics work. I need to do a little bit of labbing. That's part of the fun of a puzzle game. The puzzle of understanding how something is defined. So can I say skull is group as well as bat is group? I should be able to say that easily enough, right? Yes? Let's see if that is the case. Let's move this. I'm going to try to keep stuff from getting pushed up against the walls. Now, if I say this, I should now have room to put group here and give it 2 properties. And now that the group is going to have 2 properties, those properties are going to get sent to both bat and skull, right? So now both skull and bat are going to be open as well as push. Okay. So they're just getting us acquainted with and comfortable with working with group. So not the most difficult puzzle when it comes down to brass taxes, but they've also named the keyword very well, right? Group kind of has an intuitive sense about it, at least for me. So that feels good. Okay, I'm liking this. Easy puzzles are very rewarding, and also they give you a lot of space to be able to absorb a new mechanic. So I like that a lot. Let's keep it going, I guess. We're kind of on a roll with the cavern, so let's move on. We don't get to work with I'm guessing we won't get to work with group in this backstage, but nevertheless, we have a backstage pass to go see the Kiki and the Ghost in concert. What are we doing here? Flag is win. Not yet. But flag is going to be win. Baba is you. Ghost is push. Kiki. Kiki. Kiki, Kiki, and the Ghost. I got the name wrong. We can say that something is fall, and we can also say something is move. Okay. Kiki is push by default, and there is also a Kiki that is on the outside. So we need to be able to... Flag is the only thing I think that we're going to be able to make win. I don't think there's going to be any other way, given how the level is laid out. There's no other way to put text down into this row to make flag or something else as win, excuse me. So how are we doing this? That means that flag is on the outside, which means that since wall is stop, as it usually is, the only way for you to be outside is if Kiki is you. Skull is defeat, so you cannot walk by the skull. Belt is shift. They've given us a belt here. They've given us a belt. Why is there a belt here? Because if we start pushing this text across, we immediately break. We immediately break the rule. we would need something that is push to be standing in the way so that the shift doesn't take place. Like this. No, that still gets shifted. That is not how push and shift work. It would need to be stop, I guess. So, why is there a belt there? Ghost is ghost. We're not able to transform the ghost. We could theoretically transform Kiki. So they're giving us access to both fall and move, which suggests that we need something to be fall and move in order to get past the skull. So if something is fall and move, I guess it would be fall then move. So we would need... Oh, well maybe... We're gonna be... Try not to think too many steps ahead here. I'm wondering if they are going to want us or require us to shift... To use something being move in order to reactivate this Baba Is You. Is that what's going on here? Oh. Oh. Okay, I don't know if that's helpful, but I had forgot that was how this works. Because, yeah, we're pushing the text and everything that's in front of it, and then immediately the belt is shifting everything back so that the text stacks on top of you, because you are not inherently push. So you can push things, but other things cannot push you. So do we want the ghost? What's stopping us from... Okay, so the thing that's stopping us from just bringing the ghost out... Well, that's one thing that's stopping us. Let's move back here. Okay. One thing that's stopping us from... Right, how do we even get a character? We would need... Okay, so we would need the ghost to move. Okay. Not only do we need the ghost to move, I see. If we can't just push the ghost through this little cubby hole here. We need it to be move and then fall. So we set it to be move. I need to be... That's not gonna work either. I need to be... What am I trying to demonstrate here? We want it to be move and then fall. Okay, we could theoretically... Because now we can't just make the ghost move again because it's going to fall into that little crevice down in the bottom left. So, let me reset the puzzle here. What happens if we just say that the ghost... What if we set the ghost... There's something we're gonna have to do here with this whole Baba Is You. This thing needs to move somehow. We need it to move, I'm guessing a square to the left? Although, is that even possible? Because the belt is shift. I'm not sure there's any way. The belt is always going to shift whatever gets put onto it. So... This is a tricky one. I'm not even quite sure what my overall strategy is yet. Other than that, it feels like if we can focus on getting something into the row at the bottom that's behind the skull. If we can manage to get something there, then we're probably in the clear. But how do I do that? Because right now, this piece, this text is kind of in the way. It would be much better if this text was pushed over one square to the left. Is that possible? If I set ghost to move, the ghost is just going to move into the... It's just going to move into the belt and turn around. It's not going to push the text. What if there's text in front of it? It does the same thing that we do. Gets shifted on top. The text gets shifted on top. How are we going to shift around the text, Baba is you? That feels like that's the goal. But how do we accomplish that? They're giving us access to Ghost, which cannot be transformed. But Kiki can be. They're also giving us 2 Kikis. Right? They're giving us the ability to make Kiki several things. Like, theoretically, Kiki could be fall, move, and push if we set the text up in the right spot. How does that help us, though? Are we supposed to transform Kiki into Ghost? Maybe that's the first step? Although Kiki is already inherently push. Kiki is already inherently push. Are we supposed to get Kiki? Maybe we're just supposed to get Kiki into a spot. That is okay. I don't necessarily care about the Kiki that is at the bottom. So let me do something a little... Let me push this over. And let's do like we did before, like this. And then we deactivate this. Or actually, I don't need to do it that way because Kiki's no longer move. I don't want, although Kiki being move without being fall is okay. Right? Because now, all I want is I want to be able to... Well, now I just need to make Kiki not move, right? Now I just... No, can't do it that way. We have to do it like... that. So now the ghost... The ghost is going to... Actually, I wonder if we could... If Kiki becomes fall... Oh, that's interesting. Kiki is no longer pointing left and right. Or at least the Kiki that's there. I was wondering if we could use that Kiki to sort of hold up the ghost as the ghost is walking through. So the ghost falls down there on top of Kiki, but we need Kiki to be pointed left and right. So maybe I screwed this up by trying to stop Kiki in the first place. I should have maybe just let Kiki go about her business and not disable her from being fall. So what if we just kept this in place? Now, the only problem here is, how do we make both Ghost and the Kiki... How do we make them both move? I might need to transform Kiki into... Can I still do this? Can I still do this? Because if I want to make Ghost move... I also... At some point, we also need to make either Kiki or Ghost. Whoever's on the outside needs to become you. Correct? Which means we kind of are gonna need some way to break this Baba Is You. Because I can't bring a word around here, right? I can't bring Kiki or Ghost to Baba Is You and just swap it in that way. I have to get this Baba Is You across. But the only way to do that is going to be with something that is still moving, right? So, is that what the trick is I need to get Kiki here, and then the Ghost is going to be the one pushing that stuff through? Maybe I should be aiming for that. So Kiki is push. So what if I actually want Kiki to be right here? And then I say Ghost is push. And put the Ghost here. Now we go say Ghost is move. There we go. And now I turn that off. Okay. I still need the Ghost. Actually, it should be trivial now, right? Now that that text is out of the way. Because now we just make Ghost... We could even say Ghost is you. So... But we can't say... We don't say Ghost is you completely. Yeah, because we can't get past the skull. So it's probably easier for us to say... Maybe we do need Ghost is you just to get it off of the bottom now. So we need to be able to just... get you there. And now we push this here. We say ghost is push. Okay. Now we bring ghost back around like we did before. Okay. We make ghost push again. We push it here. And now we just say Kiki is you. Correct? There we go. Hey, hey, hey. All right. Once again, the theme of these opening levels here. Creative use of otherwise already known game mechanics. Just taking things up a notch. That one was a little tricky. It's always, I feel like so many of these puzzles, it just takes me a certain amount of time to just focus in on what the goal is. But we managed to get there. Let's take a look here at the extra. It's often helpful to just look at the extra that is opened up by the preceding puzzle. Let's at least see if this one is related. Coronation. This one is completely unrelated, so it seems. And it has swap. So maybe we'll hold off on that for the moment. Sometimes I will just jump right into the extras. In the previous levels, they have often been follow-on variations. That one is not at all. So let us check out the heist. Let's check out the heist. Let me get a quick hydrate here. And we are looking for love as the win. I like our little soldiers that are guarding the teleporting ice, keeping close watch on the power of teleportation. Love is win. Text is float. Wall is stop. Ice is telly. Lava is both stop and shut. So we need something that is open to break the lava so we can get to love. And Baba is you. Fire is fire. No transforming the fire. Fire and flag is defeat. And then we have some access to on. And we have access to text. So we have a couple pretty powerful modifiers here. Flag on fire, potentially. Okay. Flag on fire is push. So how do we get access? How do we get access to our teleporting ice? That seems to be the first hurdle. It might not be sufficient just to get access to the teleporting ice because we still need to make something open. In order to deal with the lava, something must be open. And text is float. So maybe we're going to be transforming the ice after the fact? I don't know. But let's at least see if we can get access to the ice first. So we need a way to transform the text, or transform the fire. Although fire is fire, so there's no transforming it. Can we just say fire is push? Okay. Step 1. We've attained access to the teleporter. Now what? It would seem that we can teleport the fire. So what we probably want to do what we probably want to do is we want a piece of fire to be open. A piece of fire. We want fire to be open, I think. And the way we can do that is by... What condition? We want to transform the fire into... We cannot transform the fire. So that makes things a little more difficult. We are not allowed to transform fire. So we can't make fire open, can we? Is there any way to move the text? Text is float. We can move the text, but we can't teleport it, right? So I was thinking at first we were going to teleport some fire in, and we were going to selectively transform that fire, but that's not the key. We're not able to transform... Well, we can transform text. We can transform text. So what we could say... We can transform text selectively. So I could say that text on fire... Text? The text? The text? The text is on fire. Text on fire is flag. I could do that. If I do say that, that means I've probably got some words that I don't need anymore. What text is expendable? Text on fire, I guess there's only an is that's expendable. So text on fire is flag. Is that the rule we're trying to build here? Text on fire is flag. We can't transform the fire, but we can say that text on fire is flag. Right? Now I need flag to be... Ah, so the problem with this, though... The problem with this is that both fire and flag are defeat. And if I at this point, now that I've made fire and flag on the same square, I actually can't... And I got rid of an is, that's the thing. Maybe I get rid of an on? But I still run into a bit of a problem. I need to be able to... Unless I'm doing this with the teleporter in tow. So what if I am doing this... Does it make a difference if I am using... If I'm doing... Let's go back to fire is push. I guess we can actually do that at... While we have this rule in place. Although I'll have to disable it. I will have to disable it. But let's say we put one piece of fire. One piece of fire. We put a fire on the teleporter. And we say it's no longer push. And now we take an is, and we put it here. It's still teleporting them together. Is there any way for me to desync that? They're gonna be teleporting together. So the teleporter doesn't introduce some new sequencing that allows me to separate the two. So is that not part of the solution at all? What am I trying to make open? I need something that I can teleport across in order to say is open. Because text is float. text is float, and so that means that I can't bring the is open out. So I have to bring some, and the only things I can teleport in are these, you know, pieces of fire. I keep saying pieces. Oh, that was weird. That did not work the way that I thought it would. That's kind of funky. But we can't directly transform the fire. So it feels like you're supposed to make... Am I assuming something here that I should not be? Fire. Text on fire is flag. Maybe I am assuming something. So what if I do... What if I put one of the pieces, one of the fires back on the teleporter? They are forever now pieces of fire. And now I take this is... No. I can't... How do I separate them? How do I separate them? Oh. I'm being a dingus. Of course, you can separate them by not doing this. You don't need to put the fire on the teleporter pad. You just need other pieces of text. You just need other pieces of text. That does mean I'm going to have to sacrifice another piece of text. I don't know if I'm going to run out of pieces of text here eventually. But what if I'm using is open? Maybe that's why this is strategically positioned here, so I can use this to push the flag away. So I think we are doing what we did before. And now we're using an is to get a flag, and now I need to sequence things properly, but now... Oh, I forgot to disable my other rule. I don't want to transform my other is. I don't want to do that. I want to transform one is, and then I want to disable this rule. Crap. That doesn't let me push the flag? I didn't make the flag push. I'm really getting the sequencing here. I'm really getting the sequencing down. Hold on a second here. I'm getting mad at myself for making silly mistakes. Let's do this the right way. Let's do this the right way. There we go. Okay, now... Okay. Now we say fire is push, so we can get this fire off of our teleporter. Now what? Now we say flag is text. Right? Except I also need another flag, don't I? So I actually need to do this again. I need to do this again. But I can't just say flag is text. Unless I do it right now. I say flag is text right now. think this is how we do this. Flag. Flag is text. So now I have a flag is open inside. Now I just need to create one more flag like I did before. With the on. I think the on is the expendable piece of text now. So let's say that fire is push, and let's put one piece of fire here. The forever and ever pieces of fire. And then we're gonna line up our phrase so that it says text. As we're serenaded by our wonderful teleportation sounds. Now we have a flag. I need to make flag as push. How do we sequence this properly? Okay. Now I say, oh, flag is already push. Flag was already push. I can just do this. As we continually are serenaded by the wonderful sounds of the teleportation. Teleporting pieces of fire. Maybe that should have been the band name for our Backstage pass. Okay. I think that is where we are going to call it for today. I can tell that the brain power is starting to slip. We'll keep that at a nice, tight little session right there. And next time we will continue with Join the Crew. But for now, this has been Akanar, and I hope to see you in the next one.